Great. Good.
Welcome to the Blippi episode.
Welcome to the Blippi episode. I bet there's... Hold on. You guys do a cold open. I'm gonna look something up.
Okay, Steven, you were saying, what if Blippi bought an orangutan to bring into his videos with him?
Yeah, what if he, all these different stories about chimpanzees and, people trying to have them as domestic pets only for it to end in either them getting attacked or the animal dying? What if one of those happened, but it's just Blippi is involved somehow?
He said, welcome to the new Monkey of the Day segment, where we'll ask the monkey his thoughts on today's subject. Okay, monkey, what do you think of popcorn?
Go on, monkey. Talk!
Here, let me give you a piece of popcorn, and you let me know what you think of it. What if the monkey was really quiet and Blippi dragged it around by the neck and just set it down in the background of all of his videos?
By the neck!
But we wouldn't know that because the video hasn't started yet. I can't find any Blippi fanfictions.
Imposterous. They have to add the genre.
You're gonna have to do a Blippi fanfiction jam.
I'd be down.
That would be such shit.
The quiet, unspeaking monkey swinging in the background of each video.
That'd be so distracting. You'd wonder for the longest time if it was real.
It's just like a CG monkey.
Blippi monkey cruelty reel.
Best of Blippi monkey cruelty.
Blippi
Best of Blippi Jr.
I just imagined a little fucking chubby ass orangutan fucking walking around with his hat and glasses.
The fan community has named him Blippi Jr., but Blippi refuses to acknowledge him.
Blippi bans people who do that.
Of course.
Get that ass banned.
Does anybody else wonder why no one's talking about this monkey that appears in every Blippi video? I mean, when I look it up here on Reddit, I don't see any results.
Halloween.
This user has been banned. This user has been banned from our Blippi.
r/Blippi. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, you can do your research now.
Yeah, let me see.
Crossing the Line is not a show intended to bully or harass anyone. Do not go out of your way to mess with the authors who write these fanfics. They make what we do possible. Thanks. Enjoy.
I had heard very little about Blippi, but what I did hear was good. Things like he was educational. So I watched some with my child. I almost immediately got that feeling that there was something off about this. Something I couldn't put my finger on, but I didn't like. This is before I had ever heard any criticism at all about Blippi or the man behind the character. At first I marked it down to the usual annoyance children's characters can evoke in an adult, Elmo, Barney, etc. But I watched some more and did some research, and I have two things to say. Parents' intuition should never be ignored, and Blippi is not something I can allow our child to watch. There are too many better choices out there. I felt like it was important to share with other parents why we came to this conclusion. There are glaring misspellings of words that flash across the screen. That's the opposite of educational.
That's true.
Blippi has encouraged dangerous behaviors. Examples: running alongside a moving bus or using power tools. He seems to be annoyed by actual live children he accidentally encounters.
I'm sure they're annoying to him.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to my story.
Me too.
Good. His voice, effect, and manner are insincere and infantilized. Not good ways to speak to small children. He misidentifies objects and doesn't bother to correct them, either on the spot or in post-production.
Why would he?
He pushes the spelling of his name hard, as if he is trying to grind it into my child's consciousness and harvest clicks.
He is.
Incidents such as doing an entire video with his pants zipper all the way down is what? Is either terrible production values or a sick joke.
Well, if you know, you know. If you blip, you blip.
Holy shit. Alright, this might be a gold mine for later.
Yeah, put it down.
You need to make a YouTube channel where you just read things like this with like a cover image.
Down the rabbit hole of Blippi.
Call it Stevie.
Stevie.
Welcome to Crossing the Line, a fanfiction podcast where we read, review, and critique fanfiction for your listening pleasure. I'm George G. Pull, and as always, I've got my two co-hosts, Elias Viva Vlogs.
Hello.
And Steven Blue Breed.
Hello.
Steven, you wanted to do an episode on the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about the Powerpuff Girls?
Let's see. I like how the designs are. It's got that really classic Cartoon Network thick outline kind of thing going for it. I like how they contrast the girls from the other characters by making them like super rounded, whereas everyone else is all angular and stuff.
Do you think it looks like shit compared to Powerpuff Girls Z?
I like both art styles. I wouldn't say they're comparable.
No, you have to pick one.
I think it makes up for it in lack of plot.
It's true. The Powerpuff Girls Z has very good art, but very bad story structure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That show in of itself is a fan fiction.
Honestly, yeah. I imagine children that watch that show grew up to become very creative little creatures.
Yeah, without a doubt.
They say, whoa, you can just make anything anime if you want. I can make Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends Z. I can make Galactic Kids Next Door.
Whoa, yeah.
Galactic Kids Next Door.
Chowder Shippuden.
Was Galactic Kids Next Door like teased?
It was.
Mm.
It was supposed to be like in the far off future where they're maybe teenagers, but they're not. They weren't decommissioned because they're such good agents.
Yeah.
In the fight against adults, which is a weird construct when you think about it, because they'll become adults eventually.
True.
But just marginalizing that adults are evil and kids are good is a very interesting way of life.
Honestly.
What do you like about Powerpuff Girls?
It's funny. It's surprisingly violent for what it is.
True.
I remember it being huge because I had a god sister who was a few years older than me, and we saw the movie when it came out in theaters around the 2000s. I don't remember exactly when, but she was at like the perfect age for that show and like had so much merchandise and like it was just a huge deal. And I was just like 5 years old or something.
The movie was pretty iconic. It was a big deal. Steven, why is your font so fucking zoomed in?
I zoomed in just so you'd see what I was pointing at.
I thought your eyes were just starting to go.
Someone has the fanfiction.net author tag Blippi.
Steven's really going through it today, unfortunately. Please bear with him.
No! I just read a really good headline. I'm having impure thoughts about Blippi and these pics are why.
You need to focus on Powerpuff Girls.
I
Steven
can't.
hates podcasting.
Hey! I love it. I just also think Blippi is funny.
Well, then you should have done a Blippi episode then.
Just you wait till my turn comes around.
There are no Blippi fanfictions.
There's a Wattpad. It's crazy.
There's one.
No, there's like 5. There's just a...
We need to do the Blippi fanfiction jam.
I hope. I love that.
I don't like this situation you're putting me in. Elias?
The fanfiction that I have to read is gonna be not the most exciting, but
Have to.
a good choice, I think. So I don't want to go first or last. So I want to go in the middle.
Okay.
And Steven, you go first.
Yeah, sounds good. Gotta get the Blippi off my search history.
Yeah, you need to straighten up, young man.
see here. It started with a bit of an attitude shift, which their friends didn't really notice.
I was thinking I was still in the mindset that you were reading a Blippi story for a second. It started with an attitude shift. Blippi went from really happy to really mad.
He went from shitting to quitting.
Yeah.
It started with a bit of an attitude shift, which their friends didn't really notice. Draco began collecting stuffed animals.
Oh, okay. Elias took a very confused, conflicted posture.
I wasn't listening until then because I was reading Steven's bookmark that starts with Kim Jong-un bloodshed.
We'll get to that.
Starts with Kim Jong-un blood, and then SH, which is maybe bloodshed, I don't know.
I'll be honest. Oh no, I remember what those are.
Is that a shirt?
Yeah, it's a shirt. Okay. Yeah, it's like one of those ones you were showing us.
With Kim Jong-un's blood. Yes. Yeah,
no, he's a blood.
The blood is on your hands.
He's a blood and Trump is a Crip.
But then you heard the word Draco and your posture fixated.
Yeah, I did actually. My mind refocused.
Your special little boy.
I really like that got your attention so much.
He fucking loves Draco.
Kim Jong. What if you read a bookmark on my friggin' bookmarks tab that's like Kim Jong-un, why he's right?
It wouldn't fit. You know, I respect everyone's opinion to gain access to new knowledge, even stolen North Korean government propaganda on Wattpad. You know?
Wattpad.
Stolen North Korean documents printed on a t-shirt for $19.95.
What could North Korea possibly do about Wattpad? It's all just fan fiction. They'd have no ground to stand on. They'd get so mad.
It's very true.
Stamping their boots. Anyway, Draco.
Draco began collecting stuffed animals, hiding them underneath his bed. Harry got a little more aggressive, but strangely started cursing less. He also stopped bathing. Oh no!
Harry?
Yeah, Harry stopped
bathing. He got
bathing.
more aggressive, but started cursing less.
Ron started competing with Hermione over the position of top student.
Why is this happening? Do we have any more context here?
No, it just started. It's like the first paragraph.
I didn't miss anything in the first sentence and I was reading the bookmarks?
No.
Okay.
Draco just got really mad, I think.
His dad called his stuffed animals gay and he got mad and put them under his bed.
Draco brought a bag full of super wizard crackers to school.
He brought a bag full of firecrackers to school.
Yeah. Have a taste of my super wizard crackers. Potter.
The stakes of the first years.
They're purple and you can't throw them back.
They're purple and you can't put them out.
The first year is threatening students with firecrackers, and the later years are just like actually killing people.
Yeah, they had that really aggressive fight in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, true. Fucking Harry used Severus's funny sword spell on Draco and just left him for dead.
He went Septum Severa and then cut his head off. They did have the big bathroom. Big bathroom scene. Remember when J.K. Rowling said that the old wizards didn't have magic plumbing, so they just wished away their feces?
I'm sure by now she regrets ever having provoked the wrath of the internet.
I don't think she can regret things anymore. Go on.
Let's see here. Okay, their friends had started to notice. Ronald, why are you being so studious? Hermione asked suspiciously.
Ronald, why are you doing your homework? You never do that.
I'm taking your place, bitch.
I'm top dog of this school now.
I get lost.
Eat slugs!
Oh no!
His fucking Weasley spells, there probably is like a de-intelligence spell in there somewhere.
That's how
but it's some stupid limerick, not a real spell.
That's how his parents have kept him in line all these years.
Damn backwater witchcraft.
Drink bog wine.
Why did you learn that spell, Ron?
Old Weasley saying. Always be the smartest in the room.
Why did you learn that?
There's no good that can come from it.
Eat alligator. Become alligator.
I really do hate how eat slugs was a functioning spell.
Like the one he managed to pull off in that old movie.
Albeit it backfired on him, but it was like every spell is like some fancy ass Latin name, and he just said, 8 slugs!
Yeah.
This is inherent blood magic. It's
The
in his
Weasley
veins.
bloodline. It's so powerful yet so worthless.
The slime in his veins.
The grease in his veins.
What if one day Ronald ate salt and he started fucking shriveling?
You were thinking it was really funny that the Harry Potter kids reading KFC.
What? Explain!
I was laughing that Ron got a big KFC meal and Harry couldn't eat.
Oh, KFC! I thought you said KOC.
No.
What is KOC?
I was thinking of KOF for some fucking reason.
King of Fighters?
Yeah, just for some reason he became a bracket man.
No, he doesn't have that kind of hand-eye coordination.
Eat slugs!
Harry said, I'll take the
Bust
whole
a
lot.
wolf!
They could only eat 2 chicken wings and Ron got mad at him.
It's true.
Ron bought Harry a whole buffet and he barely ate one plate.
It's true. Ron is like so grateful of this, like once a millennia he gets to have a buffet and eat as much as he wants. This one time in a blue moon he feels full. And he's watching Harry like throw away half a plate of food and clutch his stomach.
Pick through his like KFC bowl and push aside the things he doesn't want.
Yeah.
This was $6, Harry.
You didn't even get the sweet lightning. You can't get that anywhere else.
That's Weasley value, Harry.
Ron Weasley would do Operation Soda Steel. Fucking wearing his Hogwarts robe with a big gallon jug under it.
He's got a piece of lined paper sketching the drawing in Wizard's Potions class.
Oh my fucking god. Snape.
He uses the invisibility cloak, but then you just see a cup come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like we talked about the masking Snape teach him how to make Sprite.
Yeah.
God.
And then separately but not related, how to make cough syrup.
We forgot about the My Immortal podcast. I'm sorry.
God, it's beautiful.
We've all been very busy.
Yeah, don't worry.
I
we'll
don't have
get
a
back
computer
to
to
it.
edit it anymore.
That's true. You sold your soul.
My Chromebook is like barely able to do the basics tasks.
Mm.
You could just bully your boyfriend into letting you use his computer when he's not looking.
That's true. I don't have time to do that though.
You can
That's true.
I
change.
haven't gotten to play video games in 2 weeks.
You can bring your boyfriend's computer to work and do it while your employee's working.
And not bring it back. And change the wallpaper to My Immortal.
This is the My Immortal machine now.
Slowly uninstall one game at a time until it's just your PC.
Replace all the desktop icons with Harry Potter characters. Hey Elias, why is Stardew Valley? Is that Crab or Goyle? that doesn't matter. They're the same.
Make the UI virtually unrecognizable from all the Harry Potter icons I've replaced everything with.
The taskbar is just a wand texture.
It's one long stretched wand PNG.
Yeah. It's like a 20 by 20 pixel texture that's just stretched horizontally.
The Google Chrome icon is Hermione because she's so smart.
Hell yeah.
And Minecraft is Ron.
because he's so creative.
He just says blimey when you click on him and doesn't do anything. You gotta click on him like 5 times.
Bloody hell.
You play a really good prank where it's actually the uninstall button.
No, it's the Ron with the golden hair that's the actual run time.
Super Ron?
The god. It's the Super Ron icon. The red-haired Ron is the uninstall Minecraft.
He casts superfluous sayiness on himself.
Superfluous.
Trying to click any of the characters that I deem unworthy of your time will result in the entire Harry Potter movie trilogy playing.
What if Ronald Weasley went Super Saiyan 3? Wouldn't that be cool?
No, it would be annoying.
His eyebrows would go away, but his eyebrows would fade out, but his brow would be so big. His hair would be so long.
Harry would slap him in the back of the head and say, "Stop it."
Dun 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 dun. It has to play that for the full minute and a half while he's transforming.
While he's screaming, and there's like a shot of him as a baby spinning. And Draco off in the distance says, "What's going on?"
Fucking beautiful.
Ron has no rivals.
We haven't even gotten to the Powerpuff part of the podcast.
Ron
has no rivals? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
No one's after Ron.
That's the most weirdly insidious thing I've heard in a hot minute.
What does he have? What does he have to be so angry about that he needs to go Super Saiyan 3?
Draco commandeers his KFC.
Draco says that he's I don't know why.
Draco says KFC is gross.
Draco said his family's weird. You guys live in a bog.
Draco paints his hair red and makes fun of them.
Read the story.
I'm Ronald Weasley.
Draco says that
I'm Ronald Weasley. Ooh, is that a nut? Is that a knut? Get out of my way.
Draco says that Ron's dad pretends to go to work every day but doesn't actually.
Where does he go?
Welcome to the Harry Potter fan and cast.
You know where he goes.
You know where he goes. You know what he drinks, who he fucks.
Just say it's the opposite of making money.
Straight to KFC.
He works for the Ministry of Magic. Your dad. Do you know who works for the Ministry of Magic? Real politicians.
Oh, God. Oh.
He goes down to the local tavern and then he gets the social security check on the way home.
Drinks it away, Harry.
Why is Draco telling Harry that?
He's lamenting.
Why is Draco lamenting? He's making
telling-
fun of him.
He's starting to feel bad.
The first time in his life. He ripped into Ron way too hard.
He really thought about it this time. He's like, oh dear.
We've been recording for 28 minutes.
Harry got more aggressive.
You're about to lose your turn.
Ronald, why are you being so studious? Hermione asked. Rather than making the usual gormless or angered expressions he developed when Hermione started interrogating him, he sat up straight. His blue eyes met hers. How you know? That studying has always been my top priority.
That's not true.
How can you expect to do anything properly without having read up on it first? he answered primly before turning back to the book he held in his hands upside down. He had barely finished half of his plate. What?
What? Did you will the story to go to KFC? What happened?
They're probably just at the mess hall. That's where like all the authors put them for some reason.
I think
it's messy, alright.
I think it's just like on his plate, like
metaphorically.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too. It's like, what the fuck?
Where are the Powerpuff Girls?
Hermione looked even more distrustful at that and stomped off to the library to research possessions and personality-changing curses. On her way there, she passed Draco, who was hiding something in his robe.
What do you think he's hiding? What does he not want them to see?
It's like obvious enough that he's hiding something.
He's got a Blippi doll.
When he looks left and right like 4 times.
His big bag of wizard crackers.
His robe is expanded so big, and he's trying to play it off.
Are wizard crackers the thing in the movies?
That's the thing in the video game that you fight Draco with.
Yeah, but are they a thing in the movies?
I don't know. If it's not in the PS1 game, it doesn't matter.
Harry would have noticed these things if he weren't practicing his punches and blasting curses in an abandoned classroom.
Whoa.
Practicing his punches. And blasting curses. Curses?
Yeah, curses.
You can't learn curses in Hogwarts.
Snape scowled as he prowled around the potions classroom. He glared down at Harry's more pathetic than usual attempt at brewing, and was not surprised when Harry growled at him.
Mr. Potter. C+.
A for effort. He was surprised at Ron's perfect potion, but didn't show it. Hermione sat on the other side of the room with the two of them, staring them down now that her potion was finished.
This story is jumping all over.
It is. Something was severely wrong. Draco giggled quietly in the Slytherin section, and Snape's head snapped around faster than an owl's does when it hears a mouse. As the professor glided towards him, he began making high-pitched squeaking noises. By this point, every student in the room was staring at him. Mr. Malfoy, what exactly are you doing? Snape didn't hiss, but it was a close thing.
Nothing, sir.
Draco peered up at him, eyes seeming wider and much more blue than usual. Nothing, Professor. Was that a stutter from Draco Malfoy of all people? Snape's eyes narrowed, then widened.
That's more surprising than Ron doing good in his class. Draco's stuttering.
Then Harry fighting back for once.
Harry practicing his punches.
Practicing his hisses.
Snape can't tell the difference. Ron is always pretending to read.
Snape's just like fucking slinking by like the fucking Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, how he doesn't walk. Like he just slides and he just hears her, Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! And he just slithers on by.
Holy shit. Snape's eyes narrowed, then widened as he spotted something else out of the norm. What is that? Just a squirrel, Professor. Draco smiled cutely.
A squirrel?
Snape was too distracted by this to notice Harry grinning meanly.
Grinning meanly? He did the fucking Grinch grin.
Interacting with your own kind, ferret, he cackled.
I don't like this.
Did Harry say that?
Yeah,
I don't like this
Oh.
negative zone Harry Potter world.
Yeah.
Mr. Negative.
It must be because every author who writes Draco as a main character thinks he's innocent and cool.
And they want to be like him.
Now that isn't very nice, Harry, Ron scolded.
I'm not very nice anymore.
Harry frowned back at his red-headed friend. Shut up, nerd!
Whoa!
Oh no!
You wouldn't say that.
No, you shut up! It's wrong to be mean to people!
Let's go on.
He's standing up for himself. He's getting so smart.
He's planting his fucking feet. I know you and B. Draco have never gotten along perfectly, but being this rude isn't something I'll let you do. Look, you met him cry!
Draco.
Draco curled up more as the attention of the class was drawn back towards him.
Oh no.
His hands covered his eyes and his face was glistening. He made several high-pitched noises before Harry responded.
Harry's gonna punch him in the nose.
Yeah, well, you're a nerd. Harry picked up some potions, ingredients, and threw them at Ron.
Whoa! No!
That's dangerous as
heck?
fuck.
He threw all the snips and snails and puppy dog tails he could find.
Snape is gonna be pissed.
Snape's gonna cast a silent spell on Harry.
Permanent. His killing curse. Let's see here. Harry picked up some potions, ingredients, and threw them at Ron. Ron dodged rather unusually swiftly, and the ingredients fell into Ron's perfect potion.
No, it was perfect.
No, then the classroom exploded.
Is this how they create Chemical X?
Oh no. I really do not see why I need to be here. I'm not the one who brought a squirrel to class, and I'm not the one who blew up the classroom. That is me, Mr. Weasley, Dumbledore chuckled.
Ron's the only one who got in trouble.
That's fucked. We're still involved in the destruction of Professor Snape's laboratory.
Laboratory. Classroom.
Ron met his eyes and stared him down for a moment before acquiescing. Alright, headmaster. Ron politely glared a hole into the floor with his almost purplish eyes. Now all three boys were looking down. Draco had a hangdog look about him, and Harry seemed to want to kick something.
Oh, fuck! I didn't do anything!
Nothing! Now, Mr. Malfoy, why exactly did you bring a squirrel to class? 'Cause she was cute, and she said she was kind of lonely because a big man had cut down her tree and she got separated from her family.
A big man, huh?
How big exactly?
Like Hagrid, big. Who do you think?
Oh dear. What are you complaining at me for, hey fucking squirrel?
Hagrid, why are you cutting down trees?
I'm not the one who brought in a squirrel to school or blew up the potion lab. Why am I in here?
My grounds, my trees. I cut down when I feel like.
Hagrid, did you put the squirrel in the goblet of fire?
It was pretty funny.
I didn't think I could throw it that far, but here we are.
Sure, I'm squealing, you should've. Let's see here, friggin'. So she needed company and I couldn't just leave her alone. Draco's lower lip wibbled.
Is this supposed to be like a parody of an episode?
I have no idea.
How did you find this?
On fanfiction.net.
It's just like
We haven't found out what happened to Ron's potion yet.
My guess so far is that they changed the personalities so they're closer to Bubbles and all that mess, because Draco's the only blonde, so they made him Bubbles.
Bubbles did have a squirrel.
Yeah. That's my guess with the sudden attitude change.
And Ron does have red hair.
And Harry has black hair.
Yeah.
What?
They just
Is that the extent of it?
They just X'd out Hermione.
They made Ron Smart just to fill that role.
They made them all that just to fill the role.
Yeah.
Because of their hair color. Ginny has red hair.
So does Hermione. Isn't it? No, Hermione's a brunette. Never mind.
Ginny has long red hair.
She's a girl.
Ginny, Luna Lovegood.
They don't have TV in Hogwarts.
The only black-haired girl I can think of is the Chow.
The Asian.
Yeah.
The Chow.
I don't want to say her full name because it's like the actual name she has is pretty racist, but I don't want to guess because I feel like it'd sound bad too.
Buck Tao.
No, it's like Ching Chow or something. It literally is.
Look it up.
Ching Chow.
Oh, look it up.
Lee's takey outie. Let's see. I see. Dumbledore twinkled. Mr. Potter, why is it you felt the urge to not only insult another student in front of a professor, but also to completely destroy said professor's classroom?
Her name was Cho Chang.
Cho Chang.
That's not as bad. That's funny, though.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty bad. I think it's as bad.
Cho Cho.
Cho Chang, are you kidding me?
Cho Chang.
Mojo Cho Chang.
Oh, God. Because Ron was being stupid, and so was Bob Malfoy. It's not my fault Ron dodged. And so it occurred to you that the solution was destruction.
I just thought again of how stupid this concept is.
Yeah.
That they just got new personalities based on their hair color. And nothing else.
Yeah.
At least Hagrid cut down a tree off screen.
Hagrid's Mojo Jojo.
Hagrid's...
He's not!
I'm excited to see who is.
I am Hagrid.
It's... Haggy,
I will cut down this tree over here now.
You know Voldemort's gotta be him.
He's got big lobster claws.
Oh no. Let's see here. Dumbledore looked like a grandfather who has just been told his grandson isn't going to join the family's upholstery business.
Aww.
Oh,
Very specific.
well, duh. Otherwise he wouldn't be here. Be more polite, Harry. Make me. He stood up abruptly, eyes seeming as though they were about to shoot lasers.
Harry's so confrontational.
Yeah, Buttercup's not even that mean.
Yeah, no way.
She's like, if somebody like does something, she'll act up on it, but she's normally just kind of chilling.
Yeah, she's like moody at best.
Not practicing punches and curses.
Not an assailant, yeah.
Wait, this story started with saying like Harry got more aggressive yet said less curses.
Things he considers curses.
So before he got his brain infected with Powerpuff Girl lore, he was already swearing up a storm.
Mudblood isn't one of them. Maybe I will. Ron stood up as well. Ah! Harry lashed out with a fist. Ron blocked with one hand and punched back with the other.
Whoa.
And then Harry was actually shooting lasers from his eyes.
Okay.
What the hell? One of Dumbledore's silver trinkets melted.
He has glasses. He can't do that.
They magnify the lasers.
It reflects
It's
and
like
kills him.
Cyclops.
They reflect and kill himself instantly.
It's so fucked up. If Cyclops takes off his glasses, then he just kills everybody.
That's true, he can't fucking open his eyes. That's messed up.
I remember seeing the animated cartoon version of him doing that.
Yeah, the teacher's like, take those glasses off. He's like, but take them off. He's like, okay, and then everyone screams.
Yeah.
Cuts the school in half.
Oh, God. One of Dumbledore's silver trinkets melted, and a portrait of one of the old headmasters was scorched. "That is enough, boys!" soothed Dumbledore as he wanlessly picked up their chairs. "Please, sit back down!" Ron sat back down immediately, but Harry stopped to glare a moment before doing so, rubbing his face. Draco whimpered, but looked strangely both relieved at the cessation of violence and like he was very, very used to this. "I think the three of you shall be assigned a month's detention with Professor Snape. Hopefully whatever he has you do will make you less likely to repeat your mistakes in the future."
Whatever he has you do.
"However many times he hits you."
However many times he dunks your hand in his punishment potion.
Ron, you drink that one. Harry, you drink that one.
Ron's is like boiling.
What does it do, sir? I don't know yet. You'll have
That's
to
part
drink
of
it.
your punishment.
That's what we'll see, Weasley. Hermione waited anxiously at the entrance to the headmaster's office. She heard a few thuds before the gargoyles ground to the side. Harry stomped past her, smelling of things she'd rather not name, and Ron looked put out.
Smelling of things she'd rather not name.
And Ron was putting out.
"Are things okay?" she asked and cocked her head as Ron's magenta gaze met hers. Before Ron could respond, Draco, who they had been ignoring, interrupted. "Gay!" he shrieked at an almost girlish pitch. He slid down to eye level with the cat that the other two had just noticed. "Crookshanks?" Hermione yelled as Draco began meowing at the cat. Crookshanks meowed back. "This is stupid!" "Well, it is your fault anyway, Buttercup. Harry. I hate this now."
You want to stop?
How long? It's okay. It's not long
It's
left.
almost over.
Yeah.
Remember when Ron's family pet, the rat Scabbers, turned out to be a gross old man?
I hate that he was Wormtail so much.
Scabbers!
He's trying to fucking get out of the hole, and like they zap him right as he's going through, so he gets fucking stuck.
He lived with them for so long.
Disgusting.
In the sticks.
So much KFC he couldn't eat.
Scabbers saw some things in the woods.
He saw things no wizard should see.
He learned swamp secrets.
He learned swamp slurs. Let's see here. "Shut up, Blossom!" He drilled a hole with his eyes into the cauldron he was scrubbing, literally. Are these actually legs from a turtle?" Draco screamed, tears already beginning to fill his eyes. "That's not my name, Harry. And no, Bob Draco, no they're not. Professor Snape put that label there as a joke." "We both know it is your name, Blossom. Let's just stop pretending." Harry would have said something about the turtle legs, but Ron's gaze warned him off of that. "Well, it isn't very funny." "Yeah, you're right, Buttercup." Ron sighed, tossing the cauldron down. It hit against Harry's, the melted bit causing them to stick together. Buttercup grinned, Blossom smiled back, red eyes sparkling. "Let's go." Bubbles popped up between them. "Now that you two are ready." She twitched her nose cutely. "Yeah," the other two chorused back. and then they flew up and broke through the ceiling. Omake aftermath. Voldemort cursed as he dodged the red beams. Since when could Potter shoot curses from his eyes?
That's a good question.
He got really strong all of a sudden. He's flying without a broomstick and shooting lasers.
He
Curses.
he dropped his fucking morals real quick. Voldemort's
Just like
mad.
Buttercup.
Practicing punching Voldemort in the head in the rec room.
He's gonna go hang out with the Gangrene Gang.
Practicing oiling up Voldemort's head and smacking it.
I'm sure one square kick to the head could really do some damage on that bald man.
Crabbe and Goyle are kind of like the Gangrene Gang.
Two of them.
That's pretty good.
They're green. They're Slytherin.
Okay, you're right.
That's true, that's true.
And Hagrid's like Fuzzy Lumpkins. He lives in the fucking woods.
Holy shit. One of the Weasley horde was freezing his Death Eaters with his breath, and Draco Malfoy was giggling cutely while lifting two of his men above his head. The end.
What?
Yeah, that's where it
Right.
cuts off.
Confused applause. Holy fuck. I
Alright.
can barely understand that story.
Yeah.
I rate that story 2 bottles being broken on Ron's head for being a nerd.
I rate that story 2 pieces of string that are just ever so slightly tied together. Like a gust of wind could knock them loose from each other. Out of 10.
Alright, that story. 2 bottles of fucking wine that Harry now drinks. 2 curses he now acquiesces.
2 curses he now says to Ron.
2 slurs.
What a weird story.
Yeah, holy shit.
Wouldn't it be so cool if Ron was Blossom and Draco was Bubbles and Harry was Buttercup? Wouldn't that be
Draco's-
so cool? And Hagrid was Fuzzy Lumpkins and Dumbledore was the mayor and McGonagall was Mrs. Bellum and the nursery lady, the plant lady, she was Miss Keene.
They gotta make fucking Chu Chang, Miss Bellum.
Oh,
It's Cho-Chang.
Shit.
McGonagall, because she's like Dumbledore's right hand woman.
Nah, fair enough.
Okay, are you ready for me to read my story?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
go
were
ahead.
so excited for this one.
Chapter 1. Blossom's Magician's Realm deck total cards times 40, monsters times 18. Dark Eradicator Warlock times 1, Mystical Beast Cerberus times 1, Dark Magician Girl times 1, Dark Magician times 1, Gemini Elf times 2. And it goes on like that. It lists Blossom's full deck. You get the picture.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Buttercup's Undead Resurrection deck, total cards 40.
That doesn't sound like a Buttercup deck. Oh, wait, Buttercup. I was thinking of Bubbles.
Hmm.
And then Brick's Warrior Strike deck, total
Brick?
cards 40.
Why is Brick here? Why not Bubble? Why isn't Bubbles playing?
Boomer's Blaze of Destruction deck.
Oh
Butch's Machines Construction deck. These are the Rowdy Rough
Did
Boys.
Bubbles not get a deck?
There's no punctuation, so it's really hard to decipher this.
no. Oh
You just saw just lines of dialogue.
Bubbles Invincible Fortress deck.
Thank you. Now we're caught up to speed.
I'm trying to make sure nobody else says the deck.
There's not a Mayor deck or a Mojo Jojo
Boomer's deck is so big. Okay. That was chapter 1. Chapter 2.
Why you got your deck out, Boomer?
Chapter 1. After chapter 1. The kids learn of the game.
Whoa.
In parentheses. The city of Townsville is enjoying a day of peace as the Powerpuff Girls flew through the skies until they saw a giant blue dragon about to attack a human. Blossom. Girls, we got in trouble. Let's save that guy. Buttercup. Right, leader girl. Oh, sorry, I thought Blossom was Bubbles. Blossom. Girls, we got trouble. Let's save that guy. Buttercup. Right, leader girl. Bubbles. I hope that guy will be okay. At the same time, the Rowdy Rough Boys flew over to see the dragon.
Too bad for you. 6 of these characters all start with the letter B.
Yeah. Brick. Wow, look, a dragon. Let's see it destroy the guy. Butch. Right. Boomer. Maybe we can fight it after. He's gonna sound like an old man. The parentheses. The girls flew to save the guy, but it was too late as the dragon's flame hit the guy, but what surprised them was that the flames went right through him as he falls to his knees. Guy. Oh man, I lost. Then the dragon just disappears as a kid walks up to the guy. The kid looked around 10. He has long black hair, wearing baggy cargo pants with a gray shirt, with the Grim Reaper playing the guitar, while there was a single red rose and wearing a black zip-up jacket with a picture of the same dragon that was in the fight. As the guy looks at the kid, this kid sticks out his hand while the guy's hand shook. Kid. That was a good game, Dad. Let's play again. Guy. Ah ha ha ha, you're right, it is a good game, but it seems we have an audience. Does anyone recognize this character, or you think he's an OC?
No, it's way too specific to be an OC.
Oh,
they
Lord.
described his entire t-shirt decal.
I mean, I think this is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, but...
No, nobody has parents on that show.
Wait, is GX the Dual Academy, or is that DX?
No, it's GX.
Okay.
There is no
Generation
Yu-Gi-Oh! DX.
X.
Yeah.
In parentheses again.
It's not the Chaz I know you wanted to be.
It sounds like Chaz. At this, the kid looks to see 6 5-year-old, 3 girls, and 3 boys look at them. The first girl has long orange hair tied in a pink ribbon, pink eyes, wearing a pink dress with a single black line going across the dress with long socks and black dress shoes.
Can't wait for that same exact description 3 times just with different colors.
The second girl has blonde hair tied in 2 ponytails, with light blue eyes, and wore the same clothes as the first one, but light blue. The last girl, short black hair with light green eyes, and wore the same dress, but is light green. The first boy... Sorry, I got a text from my mom. The first boy has long red hair covered by a backwards baseball cap with red eyes. He wore a red hoodie that has a black strip across it with black pants and black shoes. The second boy has blonde hair, blue eyes, while wore a blue long sleeve shirt with a black strip across it at the same pants and shoes as the first. The last kid has black hair, forest green eyes, and wore the same clothing as the blonde.
They had the audacity to type out all of their decks before describing their appearance.
Right, Jesus Christ.
What if you need to reference their deck? So you know they're not cheating.
So they don't pull out a secret card they don't actually have.
Kid. Hey there, my name is Cross, and this is my dad. Look up Cross Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, please.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross, I'm on it.
Red hair girl. Hello, my name is Blossom, and these are my sisters, Bubbles, points to the blonde, and Buttercup, points to the other girl. Red-headed boy. Yo, my name is Brick, and these are my bros, Boomer, points to the blonde, and Butch, points to the other boy. And where did that dragon go? It was an illusion, Brick.
It's an OC.
Okay. Cross. There was a duel monster called Blue Ice White Knight's Dragon.
Yeah.
All 6. What's a duel monster?
Oh,
Cross.
Here we go.
Well,
Sir
Duel
Billy.
Monsters is a game where it takes strategy to play. The game is simple. Each player duels with a deck of cards that have monsters, magic, and traps. The object of the game is to get your opponent's life points down to 0 while using the monsters, magic, and traps to help you get it down to 0 and win the game.
That sounds like fun.
Blossom. Wow, that sounds cool. Can we try? Cross. Okay, but you 6 will have to buy your own cards. Fuck off, Cross. Let them use your cards.
Jeez.
You gotta go buy cards? Come on. Brick. Sounds good to us. As they went with Cross and his dad to a store called the Game Corner, when they disappeared...
Our friend sent us a video called Let Me Teach You About Wizard Crackers. Very convenient.
When they went inside, they saw hundreds of cards, some on display and others in decks and packs. As they each looked at cards, Cross and his dad were talking about what they should get. Blossom. I want to get this deck called Magician's Realm. Bubbles. May I buy the invisible fortress, please? Buttercup. I'm gonna get the undead's resurrection, okay? Brick. I'm getting the warrior's strike deck.
I don't think they sell decks like that. Maybe even the special card shop where this guy homebrewed his own decks.
Mm-hmm.
Yugi's grandpa homebrewed all the decks.
Yugi.
Boomer sounds a lot like Yugi's grandpa. I want the blaze of destruction. Butch. I'm buying the machine's construction deck. Cross's dad. Well, I guess that you six will need some cards for you six. Blossom, you get Dark Magician Girl. Bubbles, you get Exod, Master of the Guard. Buttercup gets Vampire Genesis. Brick, why is he giving them these cards? Didn't they just buy decks?
They should never have 6 characters in a scene, ever.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Buttercup gets Vampire Genesis. Brick gets Phoenix Gear Fiend.
It's a Sega Genesis.
Boomer gets Infernal Flame Emperor. And finally, Butch will get Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon. Consider them as
I hate that name.
Ancient Gear Gagatron Dragon. There you go.
Megatron.
Consider them as gifts, okay, kids? The Puffs and Ruffs. Okay. After the kids left the store, they went to Mojo Jojo's house to learn how to play.
What?
Which was closer and much to the hatred of Mojo Jojo. Do not play card games on my floor.
Do not play with your decks in my house.
As Cross taught them, each of them started to get the hang of the game so much that Mojo started to cheer on the boys. Brick. Okay, Blossom, I hit your life points directly. Blossom. No! Mojo Jojo. This is wonderful there, Brick. You have finally beat Blossom. But it is a game, but I guess that beggars can't be choosers. After they learned how to play, it started to get dark, so they went to Cross's shop to call it a day. Cross. I like how the Cross is like, oh, you want to learn how to play it? Come to my shop, I'll sell you decks.
Him and his dad are such sleazy salesmen.
You have to buy 6 decks before I'll teach you how to play.
Before you have to buy like so many Yu-Gi-Oh cards before you're allowed to use our projection setup.
Cross. I hope you six will become great duelists someday. Blossom. Hey Cross, I was wondering what you were going to do. Cross. Well, I was thinking of going to Duel Academy. Bubbles and Boomer. What is Duel Academy? Cross. Well, you see, it is a place where duelists can learn more about dueling and where it comes from. Like,
they're gonna get chazzed so hard.
Listen to this. Some archaeologically believe that duel monsters were around during the times of Egypt. The kids. Wow. Blossom. But if that's true, then that means the monsters have been around for hundreds of years. Cross. Right. Brick. Can you tell us more? Cross. Sorry, but I don't even know that much. But then I'll tell you what if you 6 get into Duel Academy, then you can learn all there is to duel monsters, okay?
Oh my god.
The kids. Okay. After that, the Puffs and Ruffs would always come over to Cross's shop to learn more and buy cards. The 7 of them would play against each other to the point that their parents came over to see how they were doing. After some years, Cross left to join Duel Academy and left the Puffs and Ruffs to just learn of their own.
They don't have fingers.
Over time, Mojo Jojo stopped being bad and taught at a college, and the Ruffs went to the side of good, and one day during Christmas, the Puffs and Ruffs got some dual discs. There's no punctuation for this whole epilogue. Blossom got a pink disc with some red for the slots. Bubble gained a sky blue disc with white for the card slots. Buttercup got a forest green and brown camo disc. Brick got a red and black disc. Boomer gained a sea blue and flame disc.
Got a fucking camouflage dual disc.
Yeah,
That's so sick.
That is the worst.
Butch got a shadow green with dark green discs.
That hurts to think about so much.
The kids were happy that they went.
I would not recognize it as a dual disc. I just think it's a fucking crossbow or
It's a
some
cross-custom build. Over time, it was their turn to enter Dial Academy. The end.
A camouflage.
I give that
disc.
story 10 fingers out of 10 that they don't have. to pick up cards with.
True, I give that Bubbles trying to fucking lick her little nub to try and separate the fucking cards.
I give that the special cross buy 5 decks get 1 free deal.
Professor Utonium and Mojo Jojo teamed up to pay for it all. Look, if we each put in money, then we can get the 6th one for free, which means really we'll each get half of one for free. It's a good deal.
Mojo Jojo.
The special.
I didn't give you that brain for this kind of puzzle solving, Mojo.
A special buy 5 and we will have 5.
Boy, here we go. Chapter 1. The same scenario was playing through Tails' head again, like it had so many times in the past 10 years. He still remembered it like it was yesterday. Tails, just a 5-year-old with 2-tailed fox, was playing on the monkey bars at recess when he noticed a little girl crying. He had seen her a few times in the hallway, but wasn't sure what her name was. She had blonde pigtails with blue beads and a light blue dress with a black belt. Tails thought she was the prettiest girl he had ever seen. Tails nervously walked up to the crying girl and asked her what was wrong. This is like Baby Looney Tunes, but with Powerpuff Girls and Tails.
Oh boy, let's go.
Tails and the girl, sniffling, told Tails that her sister, Buttercup, had broken her chalk that she was using to draw pictures on the cement. He looked down and saw all of her chalk broken into little pieces on the ground. Tails told the girl to wait right there while he ran to his classroom and grabbed his pencil bag. He came back out and used his tape to fix all the pieces. When he was done, he looked up at the girl and she was beaming back at him. He stood up and she gave him a giant hug and kissed him on the cheek. Blushing, Tails turned to walk away. As he was leaving, the little girl called out, "Thank you so much. By the way, my name is Bubbles. You are my hero." Even though he was only 5, Tails fell in love that day. For the next 10 years, his crush on Bubbles only grew.
Oh,
Get
shit.
over it, dude. 10 years?
He never made a move or anything.
He never saw another girl again.
There was only one problem. They were in completely different groups at school. Bubbles was the most popular girl in her grade, and almost every guy in school had a crush on her. Tails, on the other hand, was kind of a nerd. He had a small group of friends, but he was so quiet and shy that he spent most of his time working on his inventions. You think the writer is self-expressing through the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were shy.
Come on, writer, you've had 10 years.
Get over it! Your kindergarten love.
Make a move.
The thought of having any sort of long-lasting emotion at that age is crazy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking get on with it, man. She's probably in her fucking 20s by now. Let's go.
Author, I know you're
This
listening.
author's still writing Tales of X Bubbles fanfiction.
That would be really upsetting.
Chapter 36.
Tails is now 28. And Bubbles is now 28.
Bubbles is a bitch for not taking...
Bubbles never cared about Tails after all the love and affection that he could have given her if only she had noticed.
all the nice things he said and did in his head for her.
That she failed to notice, and thusly she failed him. And now Tails started carrying a knife and wore very, very dark clothing.
That's when he built his electric buster from Sonic Battle and brought it to school. I genuinely hope one day we actually find a long-running thing like that. Just a genuine self-insert shit that goes awry.
There's a lot of authors that have been writing religiously, like, weekly on fanfiction.net for, like, 10 plus years.
You could interview them. You could say, "So, I read your story. What can you tell me about this part?"
They're the type of people that... My guess.
Well, let's not generalize now.
My guess is they're the type of people, if they're willing to hold on to fanfiction.net for that long, that if I were to interview them, they would have an attachment to me that I would not be able to escape for the remainder of my life. And I don't seek to be involved in their life in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the man from the fanfiction podcast never spoke to me again.
I guess the worst that would happen is they just write fanfiction about me.
I was about to say, you'd see a character pop up in a new chapter that has suspicious similarities.
I'd see their address that have specific close coordinates to mine.
They'd have your address in the fanfiction.
And this is when Belias, who lives at this address, said that you should kill yourself.
This is the time that he goes to sleep and goes to work every day.
Like, hey man.
How you doing?
I noticed your latest chapter was interesting.
Yeah, I haven't talked to you in 3 years, but I see that your latest chapter has my entire work schedule and address on it. Maybe you should not do that.
The next chapter wasn't even a chapter of the story. It was just a bunch of personal information.
Just a profile.
It's got like one view.
It's just like an HTML printout of like a Facebook page. So it has all the code of like the photos and shit.
240p picture he took from underneath the table.
Hey, don't use fanfiction.net to bank my personal information, please.
Hey. Whenever he saw Bubbles in the hall, he would look down and pretend he didn't see her because he was so embarrassed.
Pussy. Beta male.
Damn.
You have 10 years, Tails.
That is such a Tails move to do, though. If this was Sonic, though, he'd be...
It's true.
Tails, watch this.
Sonic High School is so fucking cool. Realizing that Bubbles was way out of his league, he had started dating a pony named Fluttershy a year ago.
What the fuck,
She was
Tails?
sweet and kind most of the time, but he couldn't get Bubbles out of his head.
That's horrible.
It is.
Fucking like
He's one of those horrible people that think that they can settle for anyone to be a romantic partner with. Like, they just need a girl.
Fluttershy.
It doesn't need to be the girl. It's just a girl.
Exactly.
Anyone will do.
Fluttershy's such a sweetheart, but she's also like the worst person for him to be with because she has the exact same issue of shyness.
She's
like,
an enabler.
Exactly.
He's gonna do something he shouldn't later on.
She wouldn't say anything if he tried to pursue.
But he wouldn't
Bubbles.
because he's a bottom. He's a beta male. Bitch. Pussy. Coward. One day at school, Tails was at his locker. What?
It just sank in every single insult you rolled off. It just slowly seeped into my bone marrow. Like, coward, pussy, freak.
One day at school, Tails was at his locker, grabbing his microbiology book.
Grabbing his... I was gonna say
sticking his hand in his pants.
I was gonna say microwave.
No.
Putting his hand in a microwave.
Grabbing his microwave so he could cook Hot Pockets in the back of class.
His micro penis.
His latest invention.
I learned how to put a microwave in my locker. He grabbed his microbiology book when he felt a tap on his shoulder. He turned around and was shocked to see Bubbles standing right in front of him. Sorry to bother you, Miles, but I was wondering if you could help me out. I'm really struggling in science class, and since you're the smartest boy in school, I was hoping you could be my tutor. Tails felt himself blushing. For one thing, he had no idea that Bubbles even knew his real name. For another, he couldn't believe that she called him the smartest boy in school. He was about to reply when Fluttershy pushed her way in front of him.
Let's go.
She got right into Bubbles' face and screamed, "What are you doing talking to my boyfriend, Bubbles?" Tails' mouth dropped open. Fluttershy was always so quiet and nice. This was completely unlike her. Bubbles, on the other hand, didn't seem as taken back. She stared Fluttershy straight in the eye and yelled back, "You don't own Miles. He can talk to whoever he wants." Fluttershy, filled with rage, screamed, "You're just a dumb bimbo! Tails wants nothing to do with this stupid girl like you. Why don't you comb your hair and paint your nails or something?"
Holy shit.
The next thing Tails knew, Bubbles slaps Fluttershy right in the face. With a single tear streaming down her cheek, she then turns away and runs towards the bathroom.
Bubbles' hand is all palm.
And she's a fucking superhero.
Yeah.
It's actually like getting slapped in the face with a dick.
A dick that could lift a building. Tails stands frozen in the hallway, not quite understanding what just happened. Fluttershy then turns her attention to Tails. "Why didn't you stand up for me? You just let that dumb girl hit me and you didn't do anything to stop her." Tails, angry, replied, "First, she's not dumb. And second, you were really rude to her."
Whose side are you on?
The side of pussy.
I'm so mad.
This is his dream. Girls are fawning over
She
him.
has pigtails. She's a slut. Tails almost got in there.
They're handlebars.
Fair.
He has handlebars too.
Yo, true, he can spin those fuckers.
She was just asking me a simple question and you totally attacked her. Fluttershy's face was red with anger. She's also a pony standing on all
I was
fours.
about to say, like...
Going to school. "I'm your girlfriend. Why are you standing up for that idiot? I'm so sick of you being such a baby." Sighing, Tails replies, "I'm done with you, Fluttershy. You're not the girl I thought you were, and I should have done this a long time ago."
Damn.
Like 20 seconds before this confrontation.
Mm-mm.
"Please leave me alone from now on." Tails then turned and started walking towards class with his heart pounding.
Let's go, Fluttershy.
Fluttershy screamed down the hall, "You'll regret this, Tails. No one will ever want to date a nerd like you."
That's how they always think it's gonna go down. You see, he's the victim now. It's all her fault.
He's the victim.
It's true.
And she turned out to be a horrible bitch like most women.
It turns out that...
Tails writes in his diary.
As usual, these hoes can't be trusted.
I love how he pulled the fucking, "I should have done this a long time ago." Like, you were using her because you couldn't have Bubbles.
Right? Fucking hell, man.
God fucking damn, dude.
Tails is in the right now.
He's always been in the right.
Say there now. Oh, I thought you said Tails didn't write it, no.
Tails, I mean the fanfiction author, is always right. Chapter 2. Tails knew he should go to class since the bell rang a long time ago, but he found himself walking towards the bathroom. He could hear Bubbles crying inside. Wanting to make sure she was okay, he sat on the floor next to the bathroom door and waited for her to come out. 15 minutes later, she emerged with red, puffy eyes and sniffling. Tails immediately jumped up and walked towards her. "Are you okay, Bubbles? I'm so sorry for the things Fluttershy said to you. They were really cruel."
I broke up with her, so...
You know, I'm single, by the way.
Bubbles looked up and replied, "I'm sorry, too. I shouldn't have hit her. She just hurt my feelings so bad."
You're an unstable bitch, man.
Tails grabbed her hands and answered.
Oh.
He grabbed her stubs. "I'm sorry, too." Wait.
I'm sorry
wait.
I beat the shit out of your ex-girlfriend.
Ex? "She totally deserved it. She was really mean to you for no reason. I'm glad you slapped her, actually. After you left, I broke up with her. I don't want a girlfriend who would treat someone else that bad. She wasn't even my type anyway. And I hate her and her pussy's no good." Bubbles looked down at the clasped hands and started smiling. She then gave him a big hug and kissed him on the cheek just like she did when they were 5 years old on exactly that day. Oh, the memories are coming back to me, baby. I'm still in there.
Tails rubbed his hands together and said, "Oh, baby."
Like the fucking candy kid.
Yeah.
10 years of plotting.
What do we have here?
Yeah, that fucking kid on the Ring video that steals all the candy. You saw that, right, Elias?
The kid on the Ring video that steals
It was like a Doorcam video.
I got it. Let's see.
Steven will look it up. I'm sure it'll sound great on the audio form, but it's evil.
I mean, there's lots of Ring videos of people taking all the candy bucket.
Yeah, but this one's a shitty little kid.
Yeah, this one's like one that went really viral.
He's actually a villain.
He's just a really terrible person.
At the age of 8 or whatever.
It's true, and that's saying something. Little shit stain.
Tails immediately turned bright red and tried to think of something to say. Before he had the chance, Bubbles let go of his hands and walked away. Before she entered her classroom, she looked over her shoulder and called out, "You're so sweet, Miles. I never thought Fluttershy was right for you anyway. Give me a call sometime."
Damn.
He's in!
Yes. God damn, it's that easy.
They're both blonde, it makes sense. Tails drove himself mad the whole next week. Did she really want him to call her, or was she just being nice? At night, he'd pick up his phone and dial the number he got out of the phone book.
Don't get cold feet now, you sack of shit.
But as soon as it started to ring, he would panic and hang up. I fucking hate this culture of people. Oh, Steven found the video. Good job, Steven.
Even if he
Crank
hangs
the volume
up,
all
they'd
the
still
way.
get it.
Put it close to the microphone. But make sure Elias can see it.
Let's see.
He flipped off the camera.
Flicked off the Ring camera.
Comes in like a little fucking bastard. Let's see.
Let's see.
As soon as he dumps it all and he knows he's in the clear, he flicks off the camera really quick and runs.
I would have came out, man. I'd have fucking throw that kid against the wall like a paintbrush.
And this is why you're not a parent.
Yeah.
Kicked him in the back right against the screen door and would have been the loudest noise he's ever heard in his life.
With how loud that screen door slammed behind him.
Bang, bang, bang.
I'll tie his fucking elbow joints in a non-fucking...
Hey, finish that sentence! Finish that sentence, Steven!
I'll tie his elbow joints in a knot and fucking do an air horn in his ear.
It just sounded really bad when you didn't finish the sentence.
Oh, fuck
him. Fuck him.
Oh, fuck him.
Oh.
And scream.
Oh.
Hey, leave
Put that away.
Blippi learn for new Yonko reveal.
Do not let Blippi spoil One Piece for you, you idiot!
I don't know what that is.
You're gonna find something, a Blippi video he's just talking about post-Wano content.
That's gonna...
Hey kids, did you read chapter 1064? That's 1064.
Steven blindly scrolls through. Oh. Blippi?
Hey, Blippi. Or Blip D, as his One Piece podcast is called.
Oh.
Blip DE. Okay, anyway, Tails is being the absolute worst beta male cuck idiot. One day he had dialed her number 4 different times and hung up immediately. Afterwards, he felt so stupid that he went out to his workshop to clear his mind. He was deep in thought, trying to figure out the perfect way to finish up his latest invention when he heard a knock at his workshop door. The only person who ever visited his shop was his best friend, Sonic the Hedgehog, so without even looking up from his project, he called out, "Sonic, just come in. Why in the world are you even knocking?"
Without putting his dick back in his pants.
Yeah, he went to his workshop to clear his mind.
It clears balls.
Just come in. You know what I do in here.
You're cool, come in.
He needs that clarity. Happy No Nut November, everybody.
Yeah.
All work and no play. Let's see. Sorry, it's not Sonic. It's me, Bubbles. A quiet voice rang, called from the door. Tails shot straight up and ran to the door in a panic, taking a few deep breaths to calm down.
Tails shot on instinct.
He slowly opened the door and saw Bubbles standing there smiling. Can I come in? She asked in a shy voice. Tails just nodded, unable to speak. The fact that the love of his life was standing in his workshop was overwhelming. Bubbles took a seat on the old couch that Sonic usually hung out on and looked up to Tails. Why haven't you called? I've been waiting by my phone every night, hoping you would call me. Tails couldn't believe his ears. Bubbles was actually serious when she told him to call her and quietly explained that she was too nervous and still nervous. Tails had quietly explained that he was too nervous to call her. With that, Bubbles stood up off the couch, walked straight up to Tails, and hugged him. When they broke away, she looked into his eyes and said, You don't have to be nervous, Miles. I really like you. I've liked you since we were 5 years old and you fixed my chalk on the playground.
Yeah,
Do you
right.
remember that?
Effortless.
That's what all these men wanted, the perfect dream girl to put in all the work.
Tails is so strong.
I get it. I don't want to be top dog all the time either, but sometimes I gotta be top dog.
That's what I'm saying, my lord.
I'm top dog.
Tails works hard.
Tails beats his chest every time he sees a woman.
Tails beats his meat every time he sees a woman.
Tails beats his woman.
He goes into the bathroom.
Tails no longer has a woman.
Of course I remember. I think about it all the time. I can't believe this is
Oh
happening.
my god.
I've
You were
had the
5
biggest
years
crush
old.
on you for the past 10 years.
I've never developed a personality.
I've been in a stagnant emotional state for the last 10 years.
Well, I mean, they're writing Bubbles based on her 5-year-old self, I suppose, so it makes
Yeah.
sense. Bubbles then leaned closer to Tails and whispered, I guess we were meant to be, before kissing him on the lips. There are 9 more chapters. Would you like one more? I'm curious to see where their relationship will develop.
Couldn't imagine 9 more chapters of this, so sure.
We'll just do one more.
Okay.
Whoa, a brand new browser RPG. I didn't say anything.
Is it Queensblade?
Queensbraid Limit Break.
That game looks bad. I love Queensblade, but that game looks bad.
Why do you like Queensblade so much?
It's the first ecchi I ever watched, as far as I know.
That's true. I did. I also watched like the first episode or 2 of that, and I was like, "Whoa, nipple! Wow!"
Oh.
Did we watch that in like the tent at one point?
I don't like.
It was
Don't
on.
just say the tent.
It was on Netflix. So.
Yeah, we watched it at Perry's house. Our friend Perry the Platypus, and he was so fucking raw dogging it, dude.
It's true. He made that noise Perry makes, or whatever.
Yeah, and he cummed.
Perry the Platypus, what are you watching? Oh!
Chapter 3. The two spent the next few hours talking. As Bubbles was about to leave for the night, she got really nervous and told Tails she had to tell him a secret. Tails had no idea what she was about to say, so he just led her to the couch and they sat down. Miles, I really like you, so I need to tell you something about me that almost nobody knows. I hope it doesn't change how you feel about me. My father couldn't have children of his own, so he decided to make children. He used lots of ingredients, including sugar, spice, and everything nice. When he was almost finished, his lab assistant Jojo pushed him into a bottle of something called Chemical X, and it poured into a mixture he was making to create us.
Okay.
Tails is trying to wrap his brain around this logic.
Like, what?
Tails is such a scientist, this would destroy him.
Define everything nice as
Well.
an element.
Well, like...
Don't just, explain! I'm a man of science!
What? No,
What spice?
Which
Spice.
spices?
Spice,
Is X like a variable?
And that's
Who's JoJo?
that's when Tails realized she wasn't for him after all this time.
He's like, oh, you're a homunculus. Hold on, let me just call somebody.
Oh, you're fucking crazy, I see.
She stopped talking and looked up to Tails, waiting for his reply. He was confused. He had no idea you could make kids. And he had no such...
Oh, he fucking knew. He just didn't know how.
He knows one way to make kids, and he'd really like to do that. He had no idea how he could make kids, and he had no idea what Chemical X was, or why it was such a big deal. So what does that mean? Bubbles then shocks Tails by telling him that the Chemical X made her and her sisters have superpowers. They were known as the Powerpuff Girls and fought crime around the city of Townsville. They've never hidden that. Their kindergarten had a hotline to the mayor.
Exactly.
Tails' mouth drops open. He had heard of the Powerpuff Girls, of course, but he had no idea Bubbles was a member. Do you still like me, or is that too weird? Bubbles asked Tails in a shy voice. Still like you? Of course I still like you. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard, Tails tells her. A huge grin spreads across her face and she pulls Tails in for another kiss. After they break apart, they agree to meet again the next day at Bubbles' house. He walks her outside after a quick hug. Bubbles shoots into the air, leaving a light blue streak in the night sky. He never noticed her do that in the past 10 years.
He only had eyes
until he meets the other two identical sisters.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Then it's gonna be the real author's power fantasy.
I should have done
3
this
sisters
a long
and
time
they
ago.
all love me.
At last.
The next day, Tails arrives at Bubbles' house early in the morning, eager to spend the day together. They sit and talk for a while. Then Bubbles asks Tails if he wants to see her dad's lab. I know you love science and inventing things, so I bet you will really like the professor's lab, Bubbles tells Tails. He is amazed at what he sees when they arrive. Bubbles! Who'd you let in my lab? Girls!
Starts hearing.
Like Baldy Basics.
Yeah. Professor's slapping his belt.
The one weakness of the Powerpuff Girls. Dad's rage.
Yeah, he designed him like that.
There's the kill switches in his belt.
Is in his rage.
His inhibitor. His Chemical X inhibitor.
Their weakness is a bare ass slap.
Alright, girls, come here.
There's no superpower in their ass.
It's like Frankie, it's the one part of them that couldn't get the Chemical X.
Okay, where was I? He is amazed at what he sees when they arrive. The lab is full of different gadgets, chemicals, and inventions the professor is working on. There's even a big robot in the corner that Bubbles tells Tails is named Dynamo. As he is looking around the lab, Bubbles tells him she needs to go to the bathroom and fix her hair quick. Tails is so interested in looking at all the cool inventions that he didn't even look up when he went to grab his bottle of water and take a drink. After chugging the... I don't want to think of him chugging. After chugging the whole thing, he started to feel a tingling in his tails. At the same time, Bubbles walked in and shouted, Tails, did you just drink the whole thing?
I'm no bitch,
That was
Bubbles.
impressive. You should do a YouTube channel.
No.
Bubbles, I'm so sick.
Confused, Tails tells her that he just finished his bottle of water. That wasn't your bottle of water. That was the professor's bottle of Chemical X.
What?
He didn't notice the emerald ichor going down. He was just chugging and chugging.
He chugs an entire bottle of an unknown black liquid.
You didn't fucking feel his kerosene burning his trachea.
Well, I started chugging.
Once you start, you can't stop.
I've trained my chug muscles as Badlands taught me.
Tails is shocked. He looks down at his body and can't believe what is happening. His fur has completely disappeared, and in its place was peach skin, just like Bubbles and her sisters. His tails and fox ears vanished, and his face went from that of a fox to that of a human.
He's getting Rich Alvarez.
His fingers disappeared as well, and they were replaced by stubs like Bubbles.
I hate this. Why is there 9 chapters past this?
Within a moment, he had completely transformed to a two-tailed fox and into a human. He had orange hair and was wearing an orange shirt with a black belt around it and white pants. That's the end of the chapter. Aren't you so glad we read one more?
No.
To see the body dysmorphia of Miles Tails Prower.
He got 100% fully anthropomorphized.
They took away his character.
Yeah.
He got 100% of what he deserved for drinking the bottle of black liquid in the lab.
It doesn't help that he did the thing where he, like, shotgun it. Why did he keep the Chemical X in a plastic bottle? I wouldn't have been able to chug it so easy.
Look, girls, what I do with my Chemical X is my business.
It's my chemical I named after X.
My favorite variable.
No one can solve for it but me.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be Tails' response. Okay.
I hate that they humanized Tails they Powerpuff-ized Tails, they
Yeah.
took away his fingers.
His fingers retracted into his fucking palm.
Yeah.
He'll never be a useful scientist again.
Just thinking of like his like gloves deflating until they just fall off and there's just stubs there.
God. Yes. Yeah. It's like learning a game with a different controller. He's gonna have such a hard time.
Mm-hmm. He's never gonna be able to finish another one of his projects. Every time he's gonna like try to do something, he's just gonna try to like stick his hand to the wrench.
I rate that story 2 tails and 1 girlfriend. I mean, 3 girlfriends.
I rate that story Fluttershy got fucking robbed. Out of 10.
I mean...
I rate that story a whole lot of jacking off. Out of 10.
Okay.
Loud House next time.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go.
I was surprised we hadn't done a Loud House episode, but I guess that makes sense because Elias would have to learn like at least 10 character names.
Oh yeah, we did Lincoln Loud in the Spider-Man one, right?
Yeah, that was the really violent Spider-Man Lincoln Loud crossover.
Yeah.
I'm excited to show Elias the Casa Grandes.
Ugh.
It's okay, it's cancelled now.
You can't show him. That's like 8 more characters he'd have to learn.
Those aren't even the right characters for him to learn.
I know! You're a menace!
I'm sure the Casa Grandes are very important.
They're very Latino.
They literally Cleveland show the Loud House.
Yeah, holy fuck.
They're like, let's take this one character and take them out of the story so they can have their own story. Isn't that cool? Loud House. Is Loud House still going?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like one of their front runners of SpongeBob right now.
Do they have any other cartoons on TV?
Let's see, SpongeBob, Loud House, and then like a couple others that like are really under the radar, and the rest are like what's it called? Reruns. Let's see here.
Well, that's our show. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Remember to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and all your Spotifys and whatever podcasting platforms you listen to us on. And spread the word. Spread your wings and fly and bear the crossing line emblem on your chest. Get a tattoo of the crossing the line logo.
Hell yeah.
Put it right on your back and put a bunch of cool like sun symbols around it, so it's like a Japanese mural. And also get cool renders of us under there.
Oh.
I'll send you a 4K photo for the artist.
Hell yes.
Elias's boyfriend is opening a tattoo shop. Come in today,
really
spend
easy.
$4,000 on this huge back mural, and we'll let you on the podcast.
I can't believe the Patrick Star show is still going.
Is it on cable?
Let's see. This is just
It doesn't
currently
count
what's
if it's
in.
not on, if it's only on the apps, or if it's
let's
on
see here.
or if it's on Nicktoons. It's got to be on straight ass Nick.
Let's see here. So SpongeBob, Loud House, It's Pony, I know for a fact are on TV. Camcurl is on the app. Patrick's show, I think, is in syndication.
Okay.
Let's see here. Middlemost Post, I don't know. Rugrats is on the app, I believe. Star Trek Prodigy, not sure. Big Nate is on the app. And then Monster High just recently debuted, and it looks really decent.
Okay.
Alright, so that's all the shows they have right now. Very slim pickings.
Well, they've also got live action.
Oh yeah, true.
It's better than Cartoon Network just airing like 4 shows throughout the day and then Adult Swim.
Yeah, true.
Like Gumball, Teen Titans Go, sometimes Craig of the Creek,
Hmm.
Wee Baby Bears,
Wee baby bears.
and that's it.
The baby variant.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I like their live action shows. Tyler Perry's Young Dylan.
Good night!